Hello.
Hello.
I freak out myself just a bit every time.
I was at a tilt again.
At a tilt?
Again.
On this kind of episode? This isn't the podcast. This isn't.
Wow. It is a podcast, but it's a side episode.
It's our side series again. We're back at it again.
We're back.
We're doing it again. We're doing NgoVo. It's not reactions, but it's more. I don't know.
Like
we need to figure out
our spiel for this. It's a side episode. It's not on Mondays, but it's on Fridays. We used to do them for What If and other things. While Harrison is fixing his mic, I will keep talking because we are a podcast.
Yes, but hello, welcome. I think I moved my mouse. Oh, shoot. Anyways,
hello.
It's okay. But, this is I don't know what to call this, but this is, I guess, our wrap-up of episode 1 through 3 of the Hawkeye episode on Disney+. We could make that sound way clearer.
It's our, okay. Midway, half point.
Wait, it's 6
Hawkeye
episodes, right?
checkup.
You did say 6 episodes?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's our Hawkeye midway season checkup.
Yeah.
Reactions.
So, big thing is episode 1 of the Hawkeye NgoVo Convo reaction podcast thingy. I don't remember what we did.
This is a very good.
No, it's fine. This is on brand because we're two stupids that make it. I'm one of your hosts, Harrison O, and I'm joined by Veronica Vo.
It's me.
It's her.
I'm engaged.
Oh, what a drop.
Anyway, that's a drop.
Congrats, by the way. Way to match me.
Thanks.
Congrats.
We match.
We matching.
Proud of him.
But if you're new here, we just want to both. Wow. I'm tired today. It's okay. We just want an excuse to talk about anything that ranges from anime to comics, but today we're talking about Hawkeye. Some would say we're conversing about Hawkeye.
NgoVo Convo, NgoVo Convo. It's part of our thing. Spiel, logo, everything.
Yeah.
Find us on socials there.
Hold up, chill. Because you can watch every episode on youtube.com or listen to it as a podcast by searching up NgoVo Convo on your podcast service of choice. If you haven't figured it up, I know we're talking about Hawkeye this episode 1 through 3. So if you haven't seen the first 3 episodes, please come back
Disney
later.
Plus.
Go watch it. Disney Plus. Mooch off someone, like I always say. I mooch off of Veronica. It's okay.
Sure do.
I sure do.
Sure do.
But yeah, please come back in a day or two. However long it takes for you to complete it. I think each episode's like it says 50. But you got to cut out like the intro, cut out the outro, like the credits.
The credits
it's
about 40 minutes.
It's about 35-40 minutes, roughly. But we'll get to that because we're also, I just want to add that we're sponsored by Anchor this episode, but we'll get to that later.
Later on in this episode.
Hey. But, so... I kind of want to just get your really quick non-spoiler thoughts about the show so far. I guess it was just kind of like, okay, overall, what do you think? I guess.
I mean, just burped.
Ooh,
excuse me.
Don't worry about
Hopefully you all do not hear that. I think Clint is like a side character I've always wanted to get into. So I was really excited to see him have like a TV show. Plus, I love Jeremy Renner a lot. He's just a really good actor, like action-packed actor. And then I know a lot of people were excited about Haley. I mean, I only know Haley as like a singer. I don't think I know a lot of her like work when she's an actress, or at least I don't remember her work, which is not good.
I mean, how old is she? She's like 24.
She's like 24. And also the lady from Conjuring.
She was in True Grit. She was in True Grit.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Right? Yeah, she was. I don't remember much of that movie.
I remember it's like Jeff Bridges, Matt Damon, all that. But yeah.
And then the lady that's in The Conjuring is in it. Vera Farmiga.
I don't know how to say it.
Yeah, I know, same. But she's she's Haley's mom in the show. Mom.
Yeah.
So I was really excited. The cast is pretty good. So I think that's what I was excited for the most, was the cast.
Mm-hmm. It was actually a pretty good cast, yeah. But overall, you thought. Wait, so what did you think overall for the show so far?
I was really excited for Clint, like his background,
okay.
like everything after the blip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you wanted to expand on that, but cool. Yeah, I think I also agree in that like it's just nice to have more exposure to the Hawkeye.
Yeah.
So it was one of those characters. He's legit the side character for like the longest time. It didn't have like a pretty. I think he had relatively like I think a big role in Avengers 2 at the end.
Yeah.
Or a presence throughout that, a really big presence, and then he was kind of off the grid because of like Civil War and all that, and then I think he got a bigger role in Infinity War,
yeah, and Endgame.
Endgame, yeah, for both, because this does touch on like the events or it alludes to the events that it showed when he was. If you haven't seen the movie by now, like my God, Infinity War,
get on it.
When he was Ronin, yeah, I thought I wanted to get more on that because I was like, I remember when I saw that the first time, I was like, this guy looks badass. Oh my God,
he is a badass. Yeah.
But overall, I think it's fun. I think it's nice to have the vibe. Like, this is like that street level stuff that I was kind of wanting from Falcon, but it's getting harder with MC or just comic book stuff makes it harder because eventually it goes balls to the walls on like. Out
CGI
there,
and like outfit,
yeah, and everything has to like on a bigger scale or something, right? So it is hard to go from like something huge to something small, but I think it's really good to show like we'll talk about it a bit more, but I think this show really delves on the fact that Clint's a dad.
Oh yeah,
and I think that's really
you forget that he's a dad to 3 kids. Like you forget he's married, he lives on a farm. Like he's just a normal dad. Like.
He's just a normal dad in terms of that, and it's just nice to see. It's a nice change of pace.
It really is.
But
the nice thing about these TV shows is that it's under Disney, and Disney usually never has like a budget. So I know you were talking about like big scale to little scale, but sometimes Disney is just like equals out their movies and their TV shows from what I've seen. Like just. Like the budget's not there, you know. Yeah,
sorry, I wasn't talking about budget. I meant like scale of like plot wise, like the scale of the plot. Yeah, like how the scope of like how everything like it went from like Endgame, Infinity War to like all this stuff, and now it's like back down to like
yeah.
Nothing crazy, nothing galaxy related, nothing Asgard. You know, it's
nothing galaxy related yet.
Yeah, but yeah, overall, I think it's really fun. I think the first 3 episodes it ramped up really well. I initially was kind of iffy on Kate Bishop as a character, but I think it's starting to get better.
I'm still kind of iffy to me.
It's warming up, but I want to see more, right? It's always I feel like that's always the case with shows like this. If we're just talking about halfway, I want to see more. So I think we'll probably have a better idea in the next episode after we just cover all 6.
The next 3.
Yeah, the next 3 come out. So all right, so that's just our really quick intro. I'm just gonna since it's 3 episodes versus how we used to do it before, we'll just kind of run through each episode, kind of quick thoughts on some stuff. So first episode was called Never Meet Your Heroes. Haha. And this essentially introduced Kate Bishop in the Battle of New York in 2012.
In 2012, yeah.
I still think it's cool how they can frame it back. They bring it back. They go back in time because they have to. It's like it's always nice to know like we don't have to move forward. It's like things happen. It big
loops
events.
Back.
It always loops back, or we're able to loop back.
And it's from her point of view because we see it from the other way where it's just like you see the building and you know like the scene where you see Hawkeye obviously on the top of the building and now it's her view and she sees him on like his left side and it's really cool. That was really cool to see. Yeah,
it was really cool. And it's crazy because like me watching, I was like, oh, I recognize the scene too. Yeah, like you can tell exactly what scene that was. Essentially, it gave like a quick backstory to like
Kate
kind
of
her
life
and her Kate and her parents like situation, which is really interesting. Her dad was sorry. Now that we're going to episodes, I'm gonna spoiler warning, we're actually just going to talk about everything. Oops.
Spoilers.
Because I feel like if people should know Battle of New York at this point. So now we talk about like her parents and her dad. Her biological dad is dead. Or
he's dead.
Dead.
Well, we don't see the
Proclaimed
body.
Dead.
Proclaimed dead.
Well, actually, no, like, okay, he's probably dead because they went to the funeral and everything.
Yeah.
But,
well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's we're always playing this game of like on-screen death or not.
I know, because I'm just like.
But no, her dad's dead because
body.
it's gonna.
Yeah, but it's the funeral. Yeah, you're right.
But essentially, the quick spiel is like, then fast forward. She grows up. She like learns martial arts because she wants to protect the family. She wants to be a hero.
Yeah.
Because Clint
inspired
her, which I'm like, that's actually crazy to think like how everyone on the Avengers can have that effect.
Yeah, I think it's really cool.
Which I think,
and then she's like, it fast forwards to her being like in college, and then she does this dare, and then you kind of see like the arrow work, that how far she's like learned, and then you see her arrow work, and it's really funny because I think Haley's like this really like quirky actress, and you can tell whenever she acts like she's like super quirky and just kind of like your typical like college girl just doing
it does feel like that way. Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
And then she hits, like, the arrow hits the first time and misses. The second time she does it again, she hits the bell and then breaks it and breaks the clock too. So
so she got in trouble for that.
Yeah, she got in trouble for that. Her mom cut her off from the credit cards.
And then they showed like, oh, she's probably so this had Arrow vibes though. Even though she was never gone, she left for the semester. She came back just to find like her mom's dating this one dude. Jack. Duquesne?
Yeah.
I can't say. I can't say.
I don't know. I can't say it.
Well, I just knew Jack. I just heard Jack the entire time. Yeah, I just heard Jack the entire time. But
and she comes from a wealthy family. She's already wealthy, and Jack seems like he's in the wealthy, like.
No, he seems like super wealthy.
He's super wealthy as well. He's like the sword collector. They do like, what's it? Black market like auctions.
Yeah, that's really later in a bit.
Yeah.
I thought the one funniest thing I thought in this show was the musical.
Oh my god!
Was the Avengers
hilarious.
musical? I'm just like, this is so musical. Like, this is exactly what that kind of stuff is, and I'm all for it. I would actually kind of want to watch it, but it does show like Clint has like this. They kind of show like he has like the hearing issue like off the bat, which I never noticed. It was like, oh yeah, everything that happened to him, that would make sense.
Yeah, it's like the bombs and just everything.
Yeah.
But
they even did a quick flashback of like everything that would affect his hearing. I'm like, they finally did it. They finally addressed like things that you're like, oh, that happened in a movie. Like, oh,
it makes sense.
Yeah,
being close to that many bombs, aliens, continuity.
But, yeah, they just kind of show like Clint's having his time with his family. They're like, I'm pretty sure they came down for like the musical debut type deal.
Yeah.
Took his family, and then they were gonna go home, but then, so we're jumping around, but essentially,
he's being like recognized too, like in public.
Yep.
Like it's weird because he's like this dad, but a hero too, and I think you can see the struggle he has with it.
Yeah.
Like being a dad and then being like a hero, because he's an Avenger. Like you can definitely see it.
It's cool because we don't get that exact vibe, because for instance, like we've seen Thor get recognized, we've seen Hulk get recognized, but they're
Iron Man,
they're just doing stuff.
Tony.
They're all just doing stuff, right? Like, or I say doing stuff, but they're just living their lives like normal. But it's just that like Clint, I think, is one of the few. I'm trying to think of who else would have that, but I think it's just mainly Clint's like shows the family that has
family guy. Yeah.
But he also seems like the guy that's like not super into that, right?
Yeah.
Throughout the show.
Recognized, yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't really care for that. He just does what he does. So
yeah.
But yeah, it was just nice to see that. But getting to the cool part. So essentially, speed run through this. Kate and her mom have this whole spiel. They're like, oh, they have a charity event that they have to go to, and then
Yeah.
Kate's trying to figure out what's up, and then gets told that by the one old dude. I forgot his name all of a sudden.
Oh,
but it was like
yeah. Jack's uncle.
Yeah, Jack's or uncle.
Armand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Armand. Yeah. I guess he essentially finds her because she's trying to sneak around as a server. She does all these like spec ops thing, like spy stuff as like a college kid. I was like, interesting.
Security like hacks and stuff.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah. But essentially she finds out that her mom is engaged, blah, 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 all this stuff, doesn't like it, doesn't like Jack, blah, blah, blah. And she's trying to figure out what's the deal because she hears that
with Armand's
threatening her mom, all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. Fast forward to like they go down to like downstairs because she's following everything, and they have like this black market auction, is what you mentioned.
Oh yes.
And I thought it was just cool to see like they essentially bring up this is how they transition to having the Ronin stuff, like Ronin outfit and armor,
and
or not armor but sword pop up. That was cool. I was like, dang, this is it. This is how they bring in Hawkeye.
This is the start.
Because Hawkeye did just have like a huge run as the Ronin for like the longest time.
Oh yeah.
Or 5 years essentially. I'd like to say.
It was cool to see like the start or where it started.
But yeah, get broken in, and then like people get attacked, and she essentially takes the outfit because she doesn't want to get caught being there.
Yeah, I didn't get that. I was like,
huh? It's such like a it's such like a I want to say young Avenger move right now because I feel like this is the build up towards the young Avengers. This is my guess. This is my guess right here right now.
Kevin, if you're listening, I'm just kidding.
Just saying. Yeah, it was just like kind of a weird thing, but it shows like she starts fighting off the red jumpsuit gang or whatever. I forgot what they're called. Tracksuit gang. Yeah. It was such an on the nose name. I was like, I couldn't remember if it was actually that on it.
I had to pause because Clint was like, "Yeah, Tracksuit Mafia," and then I paused. I was like,
"Wait, really?
Did he really say that?" Yeah. And then when I unpaused, Kate was like, "Really? That's her name?"
That's really like.
Is that it?
Really? But essentially, they were trying to steal some items, and then she stops some of them. And then she runs away.
Cool.
Yeah. But essentially, she was running around as Rona because she doesn't know the scope of or scale or importance of the said costume that she is wearing. No one does because this is during the blip or pre-blip.
Like pre-blip.
Post. I forgot what it was
post-blip. During the blip. All of the whole thing.
During the 5 years, yes.
Yeah.
And then she runs into Hawkeye. I'm doing a speed run of this, but
yeah, it's fine.
Overall, I thought the first episode was good. It was a good introduction. I guess it was hard for me to get invested in like her family drama. It didn't feel consequent. Didn't feel consequential yet.
Yeah, I agree.
And spoiler alert, it still doesn't, in my opinion, but it's like ramping up.
I don't feel too attached to like her mom or like
the issue at hand.
Because
she's like, oh, this like we had to deal with her family or like essentially like the mobs and all. I think the issue to me is like, okay, Ronin has dealt with all like these organized crime.
Yeah.
Crime.
And he was like around the world, like doing this. Yeah.
So I get that level of like that has more impact. And I'm like, all right, I'm more invested in that. But
he lost his family.
Because we keep touching on like that. So
yeah.
Anyway, but she finally meets Hawkeye in the first episode. Then second episode, named Hide and Seek. Right. Essentially, they're trying to hide like Kate,
the
Kate.
suit,
but then they get caught essentially because they had to relocate after.
Yeah.
Or wait, no. Was this?
It was the fire.
Yeah, it was the fire. That happens in episode 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
There's a dog involved.
They went back to her apartment. They went back to her apartment. Yeah, they found a stray dog as well. They went back to her apartment, but they got caught because he was like, "Did you get followed?" She's like, "No, I never stopped until I dropped off the dog." I was like,
"Until they dropped off the dog." Yeah.
I was like, dead.
Yeah, and then there's this whole issue of like the suit, like a firefighter who does LARPing. He like took the suit.
He took the suit. Or like, cause Clint was trying to go back because they had like the tracksuit mafia found him, blew up the apartment.
Yeah.
And he went back to try to find it, and he finds that someone probably took it.
Someone took it, yeah.
Which is that's that dude.
Which I find funny that Clint connected the LARPing sticker from the firefighter to who like took the suit. I found that really funny. I was like, huh. I would never thought of that.
I would not have thought of that.
Never thought of that.
But then also it was very convenient that he found a video in terms of that.
Yeah.
Or no, I think he searched up LARPing or something like that. And then
something like that.
And then that popped up as like a trending video.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, cool. That's funny. And then essentially he's like, all right, he's dealing with Kate, and then he's gonna go
track down the suit. Suit.
But then we go back to Kate Bishop going to her workplace the next day, dealing with her mom and
and Jack.
And essentially it's essentially just her trying to tell her mom there's something wrong with him.
Something's wrong with Jack.
He's got red flags all over.
He's sus.
Even like we skipped over it. So the Uncle Armand the third got killed.
Yes.
When she went to go in the first episode.
Yeah.
So now that's the whole thing. That's why like people think that the Ronin, because she was spotted in the area going away from it. People think Ronin killed him.
Yeah.
So then
it's
like
interesting. I'm still not at this point. I was like, okay, her family issues are not that crazy yet. Like
it's not that crazy, it hasn't hit yet.
Yeah, it hasn't.
Because I'm waiting for that twist, or just that big drop of like, oh, how big of a crime boss this guy is,
or her mom.
Twist, like I said,
There's
we don't
a
know.
Twist. Yeah, we don't know.
But yeah, we totally glanced. But yeah, crime. I like how there's gangs still, because I remember like a lot of times in comic books you deal with like these gangs or mafias and all that. So it's pretty cool so far, and I think it makes sense. It works for this like as a villain organization.
It does
right now.
The LARPing though, we gotta talk about the LARPing.
But yeah,
we just got to.
yeah, because essentially Kate's just been trying to convince her mom that that Jack's got some involvement after the death, because he got slashed in the back.
Yeah.
So and he has some fascination with swords and all this stuff. She's like, red flag. But the best part of episode 2 was LARPing.
The LARPing.
So fun.
That was so funny. Because like the slow-mo, how these like actors were acting.
He's so reluctant. He's like, just give me the suit.
Yeah. And then the guy that took the suit, he's like, let me kill you once. You're a hero. Let me do it.
Let me get this one moment.
Let me get this one moment.
And then it was like this most extra moment of like a 1v1. And it was beautiful. It was so good.
I was curious while watching this, like how they looked filming this, because it was in Central Park. Like,
but I'm sure this kind of stuff happens all the time, so I'm sure it's nothing too crazy.
Yeah, I just find it so funny. It's just like Clinton was like, "No, I don't want to sign up. No, I just need to talk to this guy because he has my suit." Like,
yeah, and they're like, "No, you just do it. Just they have consequences." I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
And then when he signs up, the lady gives him like armor, and then she tells him like how the point system works. Like, you just can't get killed. Like.
He's like,
how many swipes you can make per person? He goes, okay.
Cool. Yeah,
and then
that
the
whole
slow-mo.
sequence was great. And then the slow-mo. But then he gets the suit.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
He gets the suit.
He got one new friend, and the suit back.
It was so good, man. But yeah, and then Clint essentially then tries to, or he gets the suit, and then he tries to track down the tracksuit mob, because he was talking. All right, I'm trying to get captured, because he's trying to.
He's trying to see who like is curious about Ronan.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, and then he gets in. And he's like, "Oh no, I got caught.
I am caught."
Meanwhile, Kate, being a rookie, is like, "Oh no, I need to find him. He needs my help." She's playing the sidekick role really well right now, and I'm like, dang. Because usually sidekicks are kind of annoying, and I'm like, wait, this is working.
Like, no, but it's working for her.
But it's working, and it's really great. It's very funny. And then of course, like when he's about to get some information, they're like looking for Kate Bishop. They're like, who's Kate? Or
he's about to drop the bomb. He's like, Kate's not like involved.
Yeah.
And then you know what happens? She comes in, drops in, I should say, into the scene.
Too good.
Too good. Those tracksuit guys are really funny. I
really,
like them a lot.
Yeah, it was really funny just to see like their like
how they bicker and how they interact. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. That's the next one for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, and then she drops in and she messes up. So I thought this was an okay episode. I thought this was
How'd you feel about the echo?
Oh, the echo drop?
Yeah, echo drop.
It was pretty cool. I was like, oh, it was alluding. I didn't catch on to it first until he started signing to her.
Yeah.
And then I know some people at the time, the gripe was, oh, who is this person? Like, we need more info. I'm like, guys, chill. It's a TV show. We'll get the info.
We'll get it eventually.
No, but I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, I wanted more info on like how she became that, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, what about you? How'd you like this episode, if anything?
I liked it a lot. It started off a little slow.
Yeah.
Again, I don't feel like I'm really connected to Kate's family like that much. Like, I'm very curious about Jack, but I'm interested in seeing like how her mom ties in, if she ties in anywhere. But also the echo, that's what interested me the most, because when they introduced her, it gave me Daredevil vibes. Ooh, it was the red.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that in a bit.
Like,
talk about it in a bit. Because we're gonna take a quick break to talk about our sponsor.
On today's episode, we are sponsored by Anchor. It is a free podcast hosting service that we actually use. We've been using Anchor since we've started the podcast. It's because there are creation tools that allow us to record and edit the podcast right from our phones and computers. A huge plus for us is that Anchor would distribute our podcast to all platforms such as Spotify, Apple iTunes, Google Podcasts, and many more. It really is everything that you need to make a podcast all in one spot. Please download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm, anchor.fm to get started.
And we're back. So, touching on that, because now we're talking about Echo for episode 3.
Yes.
Essentially, the first 5-10 minutes was just them giving us the backstory of like
Echo.
Yeah, and how she grew up and like her upbringing, how she loves, like she went to school essentially because she's a mute.
She was like a normal mute child
that has a leg thing. I didn't know.
Yeah, that had like leg thing.
Oh my god,
prosthetic leg.
Yeah, prosthetic leg. I didn't notice that until like they started doing the martial arts sequence when she was a kid.
Yeah, because they didn't pan down to her legs at all.
Because I just thought she was just mute, but then they showed that. I was like, oh, okay,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Just her bringing it, and then I think just showing her backstory, how she grew up, was very nice and good to know. But then when she became like a young adult, and then she was just going to the warehouse just to find like Ronan's killing everyone in the warehouse. I was like, yes, give me this Ronin action. I wanted more Ronin action, and I got it. But I want more. Got it. I still want more.
I definitely want more.
Ronin was so cool. So cool. Such a cool character. And then just to find like Ronan's killed her dad. So that's why she has a vendetta towards Ronan. And that's why like with the whole Ronan thing right now, she's freaking out.
She definitely is freaking out a lot.
She wants him dead.
She definitely wants him dead.
She wants revenge.
But the smart thing that Clint does because they're still captured, Kate and Clint are still captured, was that he told everyone that Ronan's dead.
And
via Black Widow.
Yeah.
By Black Widow, who's also dead.
But he's not wrong.
He
wasn't lying.
Yeah.
Technically Black Widow helped him like come back and get hope.
Hey, account. It's not a lie.
Yeah, no. Black Widow technically killed off Ronan because he stopped being Ronan.
Yeah. Big brain. We big brain it.
Big brain in it. Because, but they're all like, that's not true. How convenient. I was like, it is convenient, but it's true.
Yeah.
Technicalities. Technicalities, it's true. But
then you kind of get a glimpse going back to Echo, like she kind of drops that she has a family member, an uncle.
Oh, the uncle. No, the dad was like, "Oh, the uncle will take care of you," and the uncle comes up and pats her shoulder when she was a kid.
Who do you think? I know what you're about to say, but who do you think is about to pop up?
I'm thinking.
Who?
I'm thinking. What?
Who?
I want to say. Okay, I'm thinking Kingpin.
It has to be.
Because I didn't even think about it until like after like I think my brother mentioned like, oh yes, they dropped someone. I was like, the uncle. Oh my god, who's the uncle? Because we're gonna find out. Like, because she is technically a Daredevil character. So,
she is.
So it works. It would
because
work.
she did grow up with Wilson Fisk.
Mm-hmm. So
sure did.
It does. It's a possibility. I think that's the uncle. And if I don't remember, I forgot if they even mentioned he got renewed. The actor renewed his contract or got a new contract with Marvel, right? Or am I wrong? I don't.
Yes, he did.
He did.
That's why people freaked out because he did sign a contract in end of 2019. And it was for 2 episodes. That's all he said. Yeah, it's 2 episodes.
We got 3 left.
We got 3 left. 2 of those
left.
3 could be
that
in
one.
it.
That one better not count. The hand one better not count. Man, I can't. I really want that. I want that to happen. But we'll see.
I loved we loved Daredevil when it came out. It's just Kingpin is just such a great character.
Such a great character.
It's just
how they portrayed him made it work.
Oh, I hope they continue it.
I hope so too. I really hope. I also liked at the beginning we were talking about the gang, right? We were talking about tracksuit gang people.
Yeah.
I loved like how like Kate Bishop was like, or how like they were just messing around. They're like, ha ha ha, you guys are like, sitting on these
yeah, like the little like, what was it, carousel like ponies?
Kind of. They're like I don't remember.
It's like those mall ponies that you sit in and you put like 2 quarters in.
Yeah, and then it just rides for a bit.
Yeah, it rides for a bit.
Yeah.
But the bickering between Kate and like one of them, because he was like ordering concert tickets, he's like,
yeah,
I just wanted to get her Imagine Dragon tickets.
And then realized that she doesn't.
Hard.
Yeah, and then just to realize she doesn't get. Oh yeah, it was so funny how she was giving him advice and all that. I was like, wow, this is hilarious. Yeah, and then
the fight scenes were good in 3.
This is when I think 3 picked up because it was like the whole they were fighting. They like left the. Well, oh yeah, what's the company called? It was like Trust Me, Bro, or Trust Your Bro.
Trust Your Bro.
I was like, bro, I would make that company. I would name it that.
That's our company, Trust Your Bro.
Trust Your Bro, NgoVo
Convo.
Oh god, but I thought the action sequences were really good. The whole car scene with Kate,
that was so funny.
Trying to figure out like the arrows and all that, fighting all of them, so funny. Like her testing out each one I'm very glad Marvel held back on her trailer.
Oh yes,
because they showed a couple more arrows, and then they showed the big one, literally.
Yeah,
the big one.
It was so funny. She's like, "What does this one do? Can you label them next time?"
And then there's the one that actually has a label on it.
Yeah.
I was like, what are the chances that what if she picked up by accident? But Clint will probably have told her, don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, that was so good.
That was such a good sequence.
Yeah. And then they essentially like that was a fun fight sequence, and then they run back to the apartment trying to break into her mom's place to like learn more about the dad. So big points that I thought was really heartfelt. Or one that was kind of important, and I think it alludes to Echo was telling Clint that he's weak by relying on technology. Yeah. Because he has to deal with hearing aid. I thought that was really cool, and it's pretty inclusive in that like it shows what people with that like if he had that injury, like what they had to deal with, like essentially for the rest of his life. I think like after that conversation, he was deaf for a good portion of this episode. Yeah. Because he lost his hearing aid. I just found it interesting
that he does know some sign language, but he just doesn't. Sometimes he just doesn't understand it when it's like reciprocating back to him. Like
Right.
she was having like a full on conversation with him before her translator came. He goes, and he does a sign like, I just want a cookie or something, like, give me a cookie please. He just did it like so like carefree. He's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool how like she noticed the hearing aid
the
off
hearing
the
aid.
bat. So I was
Yeah.
like, oh, that's really cool. Like, it was actually like, it's because it's her own problem. Like, it's like what she has. So it was like for a split second, she's like, oh, this guy has like the same issue. Oh God.
Yeah.
But then he explains like, oh no, like I'm not fully deaf.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm hard of hearing, but not like deaf.
So it's kind of cool to see Clint like dip into that. There are consequences to being an Avenger. It's being somewhat deaf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
and he's a human. He's not a demigod.
Yeah. And
He's
then I was
not,
gonna. That was
like,
another point.
An alien. He's just human. Like, it happens. That happens. It's like going to war. You become deaf.
It is somewhat like it's like it's essentially the consequence of like going to like war and such. Civil War, you know.
Oh.
Infinity War.
Big brain.
I want to also add like another cool thing another heartfelt moment. I think that also just solidifies like Clint's just a normal dude, and that like when his son called, and him and Kate had to like essentially like write down what he's saying, translate what's going on because he can't hear, and it was really sad. It was like really sad and heartfelt. That was like one of the good scenes, I thought.
I think Kate like realizes that like he just wants to be a dad now.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
No, not really.
Well,
I was gonna say
that's
not
true.
yet. It's starting to,
but you
because
can tell.
the morning after, you can tell like it does like show, because the next day she like, or essentially later they go and eat, and she's just like talking about like, oh, your
Hawkeye
brand,
ideas.
Yeah, your brand, you got to work on your advertising. He's like, I don't care, dude.
Yeah.
And which is another like some superheroes don't care about that.
Oh yeah.
Like, at all.
No.
But you could tell like it comes from where she grew up with a rich mom and dad.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, overall, and then they break into the house, and then they find like Jack encounters Clint with
his
Ronin
Ronin sword. Yeah.
His Ronin. Yeah, because I guess I didn't realize like he stole it. At the very beginning, first episode. What'd you think of this one?
I really like this one. They upped it with the fight scenes, with like the quirky comments. Also, I think it was really good. As always, I'm curious. I'm always curious. I'm waiting for the next episode, seeing what happens. You know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I agree.
We'll see.
Yeah, because
Jack is very, very sus.
He's been sus, which Kate knows. Kate's like essentially Kate is just saying Jack is sus the entire season so far.
Yeah.
But this was the first episode. I thought they did a really good job, and I think it found, because we, as you've heard us talk about, I'm not very keen on the family issues right now, so I'm really glad that they kind of pushed it aside for this one episode and focus on Kate and Clint's dynamic and relationship.
Dynamic.
And like how they like interact with each other. He's slowly starting to teach her some things and all that, but reluctant, of course, because he just wants to go home to his family.
Yeah.
Which I don't blame him at all.
And it's almost Christmas. It's like,
because it is one of those
Christmas.
like you can tell like she's starting to like understand, but she always had like that, I want to learn from you. I want, like, she wants to be his like protege, essentially. And it's somewhat annoying, but also like I get it, but also chill. Like, it'd be one of those like it was just one of those, I guess if I were in her shoes, I'm like, all right, he just wants to be a family man. I get it, but you know,
she's
but
pushing
she also
her
has a point. But she has a point of like, she's like, he should be inspiring, because she was inspired. So I'm sure she just wants to spread that, if anything.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I think the big plus for this episode is like the action was good. I think they stepped it up. They've really hit the mark on that one.
Oh, I see what you did there. Hit the mark, because Clint never misses.
But yeah, the big thing was like cultivating the relationship between Clint and Katie. I think that's really good.
That is really good.
Whew.
Wow. That was a lot to go through. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know we just gave a synopsis, but I think it's also fun to like pick and choose like some things that I thought was really interesting or just cool to see. And I think the big highlights were LARPing, possibly Kingpin, and I think just the relationship between the two was really good. Like he's like that. He's starting to become like, I want to see like that mentor status, like,
oh yeah,
that pops up in the comics and all that. So
it'll be good to see.
Yeah, but that's all I got. Do you have anything else though?
That's all I got.
That's all you got.
Yep.
All right, then I will just close this out. Oh no, I think I blocked that out. Oh no, I messed up.
Oh no, Harrison, how dare you mess up?
Yep.
How dare you?
Trying this new setup. It's okay. All right. So, but yeah, anyway, thanks for tuning in. You can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, Patreon, and Twitch at NgoVo Convo. If you're on YouTube, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe.
Big red box.
And hit the notification bell to get updates for when we upload.
Yeah.
And subscribe.
Yeah, and subscribe. Yeah.
But yeah, just let us know how we're doing. Let us know if you still like these kind of things.
These like side stuff. Yeah.
Because we're just gonna we're not doing every episode like we did before, just because the scheduling, holidays, and all that makes it a little hard.
Yeah. So halfway point and then end.
And we'll just give our full thoughts on the full season. Yeah.
You got us. You got us.
You got it.
Got it.
But yeah, other than that, just let us know how we're doing. And bye-bye.
Bye-bye.